And surprise, welcome to Desserts with David. I'm not David, I'm Brian. And several weeks ago, I showed up here and did a cooking show for, reindeer patties. And I got such a wonderful feedback, and thousands of you emailed me saying, please, Brian, come back again. I want to thank both of you, and so here I am. The rest of you just kind of have to put up with me. So, today we are going to do a 3-citrus cheesecake. Now, I found the recipe several years ago on the back of a Philadelphia cream cheese container, and I tried it. I really liked it. I don't make it very often, and to be totally honest, a lot of times my cheesecakes crack. But we're going to try this and see what happens. The first thing that you have to do is take a 1/4 stick of butter and melt it. Okay, so we've got our graham crackers in our bowl, and the butter should be melted by now. Perfect. So we're going to pour the butter in there. I love butter. Everything's good with butter. And we're gonna take that butter and put it around here in the graham crackers to get it nice and slightly moist. And then we're going to add our brown sugar, our brown sugar, and mix that in as well, because you definitely want that to have a little bit of a sweetness, I guess. I don't know. And then once you get that all mixed in there, and we're almost there. Almost there. All right, we're getting close now. Let's see. Okay. We're going to put it in a 9-inch spring-loaded baking pan. Or whatever you call it. I am not the baker, folks. I'll tell you that right now. I told you the first time. I'm telling you now, I'm not the baker. Now, I am the one who makes dinner most nights for David and I. But when it comes to baking, no, that's not me. So we're going to put this in the pan and pack it down. You want to make sure you pack it really, really well. And let's see here. All right. So what's the first thing we do when you start seeing somebody doing this? This is the first thing I would think when I see someone doing this. Oh my gosh, did they wash their hands? And I can tell you, as I'm patting this down, no. So, no, I did it really. I'm just joking. So I've got my oven at 325. I've packed this down very nicely. And we are going to pop it in the oven. And in a second, we'll get started for 10 minutes is how we're going to cook this. And then in a minute here, we're going to get started and work on the actual cheesecake. Hello, and we're back. All right, so we baked the graham cracker crust now. As I said, for 10 minutes. If I didn't say it before, you need 1 cup of the graham crackers, crumbs, 1/3 cup of brown sugar, and 1/4 cup of melted butter. And as you saw, just pack it in there, cook it for 10 minutes at 325, and now it's ready to go. So now we're going to do our cheesecake. And the first thing you want to do is to take 4 packages of Philadelphia cream cheese or any other cream cheese. I'm not obligated to say Philadelphia cream cheese, but Philadelphia cream cheese. Also, you want to take Let's see, what else are we taking in here? The sugar, we got 1 cup of granulated sugar. So pour that in there. As well as the flour. And the flour, you want 2 tablespoons of flour. So we'll dump the flour in there. All right. What else? Oh, we want 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So we will dump the vanilla in there. All right. I threw a little bit more in there, but that's all right. No one noticed. Don't tell anybody. And we're going to cream it. Make sure I got everything, folks. Yes, on low speed. And we're going to get that nice and ready. Now, I did have the cream cheese softened. I had it out for a little bit, so, and I had to shoo the cat away several times, but it's okay. You know, Dave and I'll be the ones eating it anyway, so, and the cat maybe. Let's see. So we're going to mix this up. This, by the way, is my favorite spatula. It says if you can't stand the heat, and then it has a hand with a finger out pointing. So my assumption has always been if you can't stand the heat, either get out or pick your nose. I don't know which one, it's your choice. All right, so we've got this going, and I'm gonna turn it off for a second and just scrape the sides a little bit before we start adding the eggs. And what you're gonna wanna do is add each egg separately. Scrape this off here. Okay. And then on low, you'll start adding each egg. Now, once again, I have to remind everybody, I am not a baker. I do not know how to crack eggs well. And so I'm always paranoid. And if I do actually do any baking, I'm always watching to see when friends and family are eating it to see who got the eggshell. But so far, this time, it looks like there might not be a surprise. Nope, no surprise. All right, so we're gonna let that mix with the eggs for just a minute here. It says to do it on slow or medium. I started it slow, now we're gonna crank it up a little bit. All right, we're gonna let this mix for a second and we'll be right back. Okay. So we had this mixing. I scraped down the bowl for a second. So all we have left is what I consider the main ingredients, because chocolate is fine for a lot of people. I love citrus. I love citrus and berries. Those I could eat constantly. Anything made with citrus or berries. Anyway, so what we have here for this 3 citrus is 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon of the juice of 1 lemon, 1 lime, and 1 orange. So we have that. We're going to add that in. Now, I will add just a tiny bit more of the juice, and your second ingredient, which is 1 teaspoon of the zest of that lime, lemon, and orange. So you're going to want to add all that in there as well. And yes, I washed my hands while I was on break. All right, and we're gonna turn that up a little bit and mix that. And while we're doing that, we're going to bring over the pan with our graham cracker crust. You know what, I am post-COVID, so I still have a little taste and smell issue, but the one thing I can smell is anything citrusy, anything fruity. The taste and smell on that is coming back. So I'm really excited about making this cheesecake because I'm hoping that that'll be something that I can actually taste. All right, so we've got this all mixed, and we're gonna scrape it off here. Now, the recipe says, again, to cook both the cheesecake and the crust at 325 degrees. So, you don't have to change the temperature on the oven. I just want to make sure that I didn't get it all. All right, and we're going to pour the cheesecake into the pan. Get it all here. Well, I love the fact that I can really smell some of this. All right, whoops. Oh no, I made a mess. Call Ann Burrell. All right. All right, so I'm gonna finish putting this in here, and we're gonna spread it around and get it nice and ready. Ooh, I want that. Okay. And smooth it out. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it in the oven for 1 hour and 5 minutes. And once it's done, we'll pull it out here and we'll see what we got. We'll be back in 1 hour and 5 minutes. All right, so we're back, and 1 hour, 5 minutes came out of the oven. And so what I'm gonna do now, and from what I'm being told, it smells pretty good. So what I'm gonna do now is just take a knife, regular old butter knife, and scrape around the edges. You want to do that as soon as you get it out of the oven, and just kind of loosen it up, because what you're going to do is we're going to let it cool before we pop this pan, so to speak. And I'm watching how I burned my hand the other night, so I don't want to do it again. All right, so I've kind of cut it around there, and we're gonna let it cool for a little bit, and when we come back, we're gonna pop it, and then we'll see what it looks like. We'll see you in a minute. All right, hi, we're back. It's been 4 hours now. We put it in the refrigerator, let it cool for about an hour out here, and then we did it for 4 hours, and let's see what we got. And there you go. This is a 3 citrus cheesecake, and we're gonna cut it here. Okay, and cut it there. All right, and let's see. Let's do this. All right, and there you go. 3 citrus cheesecake, and we'll try it. I want to thank David for letting me stand in here today. This one goes out to our cousin Corky. Yes, it's good. No, it's good. Take care, and David will see you next time.